What's going on, guys, and welcome back to some more 2012 NFL offseason talk. And today I'm talking about the Atlanta Falcons. And a lot of offseason stories this year have been about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the big signings they made, and I thought they had a pretty good draft as well. And the New Orleans Saints, and of course their bounty scandal. But let's talk about the Atlanta Falcons right now, as they are the team that right now I'm predicting to win the NFC South. They have a very impressive group of players on offense, with quarterback Matt Ryan now entering his 5th year in the league. They have running back Michael Turner, wide receivers Roddy White, Julio Jones, and tight end Tony Gonzalez. And so the offensive playmakers are impressive. Last year they had the 8th ranked passing offense, and I thought the areas they needed to improve were the offensive line, and then I thought they could do something with all 3 major facets of defense. Their linebacker core could have used some help, their defensive line could use some depth, and their secondary has some good pieces already with Dante Robinson and Brent Grimes, but I thought they should improve the safety play. And so I was mainly concerned with them getting the biggest impact players they could on defense, as well as addressing the offensive line. And of course they were handicapped in the NFL draft after trading up all those picks to get Julio Jones the year before. They traded with the Cleveland Browns, they could get him, and now they only had 2 picks this year in the top 150 picks. And so I thought they did a great job by getting Peter Kahns, one of the highest rated centers in the draft, might have been the highest rated overall. But I think that's going to really help out their offensive line. They have Todd McClure right now, who is a veteran in the league, and Kahns is likely going to be moved over to right guard to play for a year or two before taking over the center position. But that does help their offensive line. And because they have a balanced attack on offense, I think they provide a good blend of Michael Turner and the passing game. I think their offense is in pretty good position. But I would say the quality play of not only Matt Ryan, but also their defensive unit will decide how far the Falcons can go this year. I think today in the NFL, to succeed, you either have to hold your opponents to under a certain amount of yards, be able to stop them from getting first downs and get your team back the ball, or just to get turnovers, because teams can succeed by giving up a lot of yards, but playing a very risk-reward style defense that provides them with a lot of turnovers, interceptions, fumbles. That has been executed very well by the Green Bay Packers and the New Orleans Saints, who both have Super Bowl titles. So let's look at the defense and see how it's changed this year. They lost middle linebacker Curtis Lofton to the division rival New Orleans Saints through free agency. And I forgot this until I got back on this game and I was checking out the roster, but they did sign Lofa Tatupu, who has not played since 2010. He did not play last year. And so I think that's at least better than having a rookie or an inexperienced player playing on a very important position on a team that's primed to make a playoff run. So we'll see how good Lofa Tatupu is after a year of absence, if he can fill in that void that Curtis Lofton left with his run-stopping ability. And we'll see how well Lofa can play against the pass. They also have Sean Weatherspoon, a great outside linebacker. Oh, and how have I not mentioned yet? They got Asante Samuel by trading to the Eagles for a 7th-round draft pick. Right there, that makes their secondary a very good unit, with Brent Grimes and Dante Robinson focused on the slot, Asante Samuel. So in a way, I think they did boost the play of their safeties, because they'll be less dependent on, I would say, with better cornerbacks and probably more consistent play. You got 2 great man-to-man corners on the outside, and Dante Robinson can hang with the guys in the slot. So safety is still a big question mark. I'm not a big Thomas Deku fan or William Moore fan. And this draft, they didn't have a lot of picks to work with. In the 3rd round, they took Lamar Holmes, offensive tackle out of Southern Mississippi. And a lot of people have said this is a really bad pick, who might have been a guy they could have gotten way later in the draft. But we'll see how that goes. But as far as defense goes in the draft, I got Jonathan Massaquoi out of Troy. And I've seen a little bit about Jonathan Massaquoi. I like what I saw, and they do need quality defensive line depth, because John Abraham is getting old, although he's still a very good pass rusher, and Ray Edwards has not been that good for the Falcons. They signed him last year. His contract was up with the Vikings, and Atlanta scooped him up, and I'm glad they did, because I didn't want the Vikings to get him back in the first place. So thank you, Atlanta, for the compensatory pick that the Vikings used this year. But late in the draft, the Falcons did draft a safety and a defensive tackle. I think it's the right positions to draft, and we'll see how these players actually pan out. Charles Mitchell, a strong safety, and Travian Robertson, the defensive tackle. And so overall, I think the Falcons have done an okay job this offseason. I was worried about this team. I thought they would be extremely handicapped by the Julio Jones trade, but they got Peter Kahns, and I think they made the most of this offseason in getting Asante Samuel for a 7th-round draft pick, and they got Lofa Tatupu. So I'm expecting the Falcons this year to be a strong team in the NFC South. They're going to put points on the board. And I think on defense, from a talent standpoint, they are improved with the addition of Asante Samuel. I'm still looking to see how Lofa Tatupu plays this year after taking over for Curtis Lofton, but I think the Falcons will be a good team in 2012, and so guys, leave your feedback on the video. Falcons fans, let me know what you think, and don't forget to let me know who else you want me to talk about this offseason. I want to get around to all the different teams, so let me know who you want me to talk about next. Leave your comments in the comment section. Leave a like on the video, please, if you enjoyed it, and of course, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.